Good news everyone, buckle up because in today's video, I'm about to unveil a shocking and life-changing update about Social Security that's been flying under the radar, but could change everything for millions of Americans. And if you or someone you know relies on Social Security, SSI, SSDI or any fixed income benefits, this is a video you cannot afford to miss. What I'm about to reveal might just blow your mind and leave you questioning how things got to this point. And before I dive into this, you know the drill. Smash the like button to help spread this crucial information far and wide, because trust me, what we're discussing today could save someone from financial devastation. So without any further ado, let's start the video. Well, here is the bombshell. The Social Security Administration has been quietly making changes that are already impacting millions of people across the country. But while some of these changes are being called life-changing improvements, others reveal shocking injustices that will leave you outraged. And we are just not talking about small adjustment here. These policies that determine whether someone gets to keep their home, pay for medication, or even put food on the table. So what's going on? Earlier this year, Social Security's top boss, Martin O'Malley, who recently resigned, came out swinging against what he called shocking injustices within the system. He admitted on the record that the Social Security Administration had been unfairly clawing back money from some of the most vulnerable people in our society. Why you're doing this when you resign? Imagine this. You're elderly, disabled, or living on a fixed income, and suddenly you're hit with a letter saying you owe thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars due to an overpayment you never even knew about. And here is the kicker. It might have been the government's mistake, not yours. So why you bear the consequences? Let me know in the comments below what do you think about this situation, because this is very important and this is tied to your financial freedom. Even when it was their own error, you have to bear the consequences. Doesn't make any sense. Because here's where it gets even crazier. There is currently no statute of limitations on how far back they can go. That's right, no limit at all. We've heard stories of people being billed for mistakes that date back 10, 15 or even 19 years. Just imagine living your life barely scraping by only to find out that the government wants to take everything you have worked for because of something that wasn't even your fault. People are asking the questions, and you should too. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about this situation. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. O'Malley, who recently resigned, promised to change the system. To some extent, he's delivered. For example, one of the most inhuman practices, taking 100% of someone's monthly Social Security checks to recover these so-called overpayments, has been dramatically scaled back. Earlier this year, around 46,000 people were having their entire benefits withheld. You heard it right. By September, that number had dropped to just 7,000. Advocates are calling this a major victory. One organization even described it as life-changing for many people. But what about those 7,000 people? Aren't those people human? Let me know in the comments below what do you think about this whole situation. Remember, you need to speak up. If you don't say anything, nothing will happen. Well, can you believe this? That this is what's going on right now. But hold on, don't get too comfortable just yet, because while this sounds like progress, there's still a mountain of problems that haven't been solved. For starters, Social Security is still making people prove that the overpayments wasn't their fault. which can be nearly impossible for someone who's elderly or disabled. And remember, the statute of limitations I mentioned earlier? Yay, that's still nowhere in sight. Congress is being asked to step in, but until they do, the Social Security Administration can still demand money from decades ago. One particularly heartbreaking case I came across involves a woman named Barbara Hubble and her mother. Her mother was held liable for a staggering $43,000 because of a Social Security error from, get this, 19 years ago. Yes, you heard it right, 19 years. This poor woman ended up essentially penniless, all because of something she couldn't possibly have foreseen or prevented. I mean, in what universe is this even legal? If this doesn't fire you up, I don't know what will. So make sure that you smash the like button, because this will help this video reach to the wider audience. Please do it right now and share this video, as this is very important. If you don't act now, nothing will happen. And here's the thing, stories like this aren't one-offs. They're happening all over the country. People who spend their entire lives paying into the system are now being penalized for errors they didn't make. This isn't just unfair, it's downright cruel. But here's more to the story, and this is where you'll want to pay close attention. Some of the proposed changes could revolutionize how overpayments are handled. For instance, one idea on the table is to completely eliminate the need for beneficiaries to prove they're not at fault. Instead, the burden would shift to the government to prove otherwise. Can you imagine how much stress that would take off from people who are already struggling? This change alone could protect millions from falling into poverty. Now I know what you're thinking. Why hasn't this been implemented yet? Well, according to the Social Security Administration, they're working on it as they work on other things for decades, because Social Security benefits hasn't been changed in the past 53 years. Yes, you heard it right, which is quite a shocker. But let's be real. How many times have we heard that before? It's clear that without more pressure from the public and Congress, these changes could take years, or worse, never happen at all. This is why it's so important for all of us to stay informed and updated. The more people know about these issues, the harder it will be for the government to ignore them. So if you haven't already hit that like button, please do it right now. Share this video with your friends and family, and let's get this conversation trending. Together, we can hold the system accountable and make sure these long overdue changes actually happen. I will see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.